Welcome back, and we're on the verge of finishing our second day of the conference. This was the last panel discussion, and it was a very nice one. Of course, moderated by Mr. Mohammed Alharthy, and we have the pleasure of interviewing him right now. Thank you for being with us.
Thanks, Shahzad. Thank you.
This year's conference is unique in many ways because we're talking about a general topic, but when we started discussing it, it has so many specifics. And we're talking about hyper-resilient cyberspace. Before I get into the nitty-gritty details about everything, would you like to give me a quick general brief on how cyberspace can be resilient in a particular organization?
Yeah, sure. So actually, cyber resilience starts by preparation. To be resilient, you have to be prepared. That start with many cybersecurity controls, but it would be better to select a framework as a standard or benchmark. You start testing yourself against that benchmark, and then you raise the maturity day after day. The key factor for this, because we want to be prepared and ready for such crisis, is to keep monitoring. And keep monitoring, that means having your asset inventory accurate, updated, because you cannot protect what you are not aware of. So you need to make sure your bookkeeping is accurate and updated.
That's very nice. I know one of the areas of your expertise is business strategy and business continuity. And we've spoken a lot about the importance of having an accurate cybersecurity framework to ensure business continuity. Would you like to explain that more?
Yeah, actually, you cannot drive your business against the unknown. So you have to sharpen your vision, your strategy, and it's gonna be the driver for the business, and the business gonna be the driver for the cyber. After all, we are cyber people who are technically and emotionally attached to cyber, but eventually our mission is to enable business, not to complicate business. So once the strategy is clear to all parties within the company or within the organization, it would be very easy to everyone to collaborate, driving against or toward that strategy, including cyber team and cyber leaders.
What do you think are one of the most prominent challenges or threats that we have in today's age right now? We've spoken about so many things in the past 2 days, whether it comes to ransomware threats, or it comes to supply chain weakness, or they've spoken about things like the zero-hour threat as well. So many things have been spoken about. But from your perspective, and taking into consideration the local market right now, the local landscape, what challenges stand as the biggest threats that we have right now?
I think it is like a two-sided coin, which is the diversification. To mitigate the risk, you need to have your eggs in multi-bucket instead of one
True.
basket. So this would raise a new challenge, which is the knowledge and the skills for the people who would manage multi-vendors. You need to have multi-teams, multi-skills. So you diversify to mitigate the risk, but you would end up managing the same load twice. This is one thing. Another thing is the cost going to be a challenge, and again, that you are diversifying. So it is actually easier said than done. True. To say we would like to diversify it. We don't want to risk it all together to have a single point of failure. But eventually it comes with a hidden cost, and sometimes even with a direct cost with it. Yeah, I see it as a challenge.
That's so interesting, because just before you, we had a guest called Muntasir, and he spoke about patience and continuity of these efforts, and it's a long-term process. And in today's age, where everything is on a fast pace, developing something slowly with patience because it's over phases of time is something that might be a little difficult, but it needs us to be more aware about it.
That is actually a very interesting point, because cybersecurity, as it is associated with urgency usually, but it is a cumulative effort that is definitely a marathon, not a sprint. So if you're doing it with excitement, enthusiastic, for a shortened period, we don't expect you to go anywhere, but you need to have it with a long breath. For a marathon, it's a journey that you need to continuously maintain it and keep it in mind.
And we can take Saudi as an example. And I think since you're working in the Saudi market, you also are an expert in giving us information and insight about this, that the plan was placed many years ago. And today, we're leading in the digital market.
Exactly. So this is, again, an interesting point, because I believe that because we were ahead and advanced in technology solutions, Abshir and many other governmental services, they call it electronic services or digital services, started a long time ago, maybe since early of the millennia, 2005, 2008. So we have a lot of services that gave the opportunity to other malicious actors or other state sponsors threat to start targeting what we have, which is a war that we cannot respond to it. There is no way to do a counter hack to unknown areas. So we actually, as a country, got hit many times, or let's say a couple of times, that, as they say, the hit that doesn't kill you makes
you stronger. True.
So I think that's the reason why we became leading in cybersecurity. Today, Saudi Arabia is the #1 repetitively neck to neck with the United States, which is, I don't know if I can call it mother of technology. The Americans who invented the internet, right? So we are competing with Europe. We are neck to neck with leading countries. We are leading the region in these areas. Of course, it wasn't by coincidence. It was by a long journey with a vision, with support of government. And by the way, cybersecurity usually considered as a cost, but with support of top management, and here with support of top government, it became skills and a feature of the country. I think it is even encouraging for any business and economy to invest within the country, since you have digital infrastructure and you have secure infrastructure and you have secure culture and awareness by the importance of cybersecurity. I think it's very encouraging environment for any investment initiatives in this environment.
That's so exciting, and it gives us such a high sense of pride. Just yesterday, we had a guest who spoke about the topic of the conference, hyper-resilient cyber security, and he said, as a concept, it's there. You can research about it as a concept, it's out there.
Theoretically
but
only.
When it comes to implementation, we are the only ones, and we're the only ones who not only implemented it, but are leading in it now. So that was
I can agree. I strongly agree with this. Yeah, and the country actually, because alhamdulillah, we're living in the golden age of the country, and we have the privilege and leverage of both skills. If you look, when we look back and connecting the dots, back in the time we started a scholarship program. So nowadays we're harvesting the skills coming from the top university around the globe. And those were distributed and injected in many areas of influence, in the strategy and the vision realization offices, in many areas where they are influencing. And by the accidents or incidents we had previously, the NCA was created and it is leading. But having a strong leadership in other governmental entities made it very easy to collaborate and to drive it and inshallah to realize this vision and this ambition.
Bi'idhnillah. You just said we're living the golden age, but hopefully there are more strong years to come, full of achievements. And I hope to meet you sometime soon in the future where we discuss more milestones and more achievements that we have achieved as a country and as an economy. Thank you so much, Mohammed, for your time.
Thank you.
I enjoyed every part of this interview.
Thank you. Thank you.